Welcome to aminacademy.com. In Chola Dynasty, let us discuss about administration, art, architecture, and culture. The Chola administration was divided into three different parts that were known as the central government, local government, and provincial government. The kingdom in this rule served hereditary rulers. The king had to go on state tours to expand the kingdoms. The central government consisted of a fully fledged secretariat administration. The administration was divided into nine provincial states known as Mandalam. Mundlis, known as the governors of each state, handled each provincial state. Local government under the Chola administration was organized under democratic lines. Each town and village had its assembly. There were two assemblies known as Ur and Sabha. The towns and villages functioned with the help of committees formed known as the variants. Reason for strong and effective Chola administration. An organization of strong administration made the Chola government powerful and successful in forming better relationship with the neighbors' estates. The Chola government had several tries in accumulating the different parts of South India under common rules. It succeeded due to strong and effective administration system. The administration was divided into various departments such as central administration, where the king was considered as the most significant and pivotal in the entire administration. The other administrations are revenue administration, military administration, provincial administration, and local governments. Different administrations were provided responsibilities to handle their responsive fields and resolve the hurdles associated with them. This made delegation and effective and smooth flow in the organization of the system can be seen in the Chola administration. Local self-government, Chola administration. The greatest achievement of the Chola dynasty in administration was the growth and development of local self-government institutions. Assemblies for villages and towns were divided into various levels. Each assembly, for instance, traded committees, garden committees, and committed for justice were assigned with the different responsibilities. Local assemblies were divided into three regions: Nagaram, Sabha, and Ur. In context to Nagaram, there were local bodies consisting the traders from Nadu. They used to control the functioning of entire marketing. They were responsible to collect taxes on shops, commerce, and other sectors on the market. In context to Sabha, it comprised Brahmanas. This assembly governed the Brahmadiya villages under Attalmerur reflects the working of these assemblies. The members were chosen based on elections. They performed the works like temple maintenance, collections of taxes, irrigation, agricultural, construction of roads, and others. In context to Ur, it was the assembly of farmers known as Velalas. In non-Brahmaniya villages, it has its own rules and regulations of tax collection. Padikapar, Padigapar is known for its area policies. Each assembly in the Chola administration period performed its job anonymously. Ur was provided with its own set of rules and regulations. The assemblies were responsible to solve the problems and challenges at the local level. They were self-driven with accountability to the king, who used to be in the center and supreme of all. Now, further discussion about art, architecture and culture and administration of Chola dynasty. The Chola dynasty administration was highly organized and efficient with the king at the center. The Chola administration was divided into three parts: central, local, and provincial. Here are some details about the Chola administration. Central government. The central government had a secretariat administration. The king's velier minister handled all decisions and authority. Provincial government. The empire was divided into nine provinces called mandalams, each headed by governor. The governors were in consist of contract with the central government. Local government. Each town and village had its own assembly called Ur and Sabha. The Sabha was a local self-government institution that collects taxes, maintained law and order, and resolved disputes. The Sabha was made up of Brahmanas elected by the villages. The military Chola army was well organized and consisted of infantry, cavalry, and elephant corps. The army had cantonments in the capital city and military outputs in conquered territories. Revenue. The main source of income for the Chola government was land revenue. The land was surveyed and classified as taxable or non-taxable. The Chola government collected about one-sixth of the land yield as a tax. The Chola dynasty ruled southern India from 9th to 19th century AD. The Chola administration is understood through a variety of historical texts, inscriptions, monuments, and coins. Now, further detail. The Chola dynasty from 850 to 1250 CE of South India is known for its art, architecture, and culture, which includes temples. The Cholas built many temples in the Dravidian style, which featured a step pyramid shape and a central entrance. The Cholas used stone instead of brick for their temples because it was more durable. Some notable examples of Chola temples include the Brihadiswara temple in Tanjore, Rajarajeshwara temple, that is called, and Gangaikonda Cholapuram temple. The Brihadiswara temple in Tanjore, Tamil Nadu, is masterpiece of Chola architecture and art. And that some parts of that temple, the temple's main tower, Vimana in 216 feet tall and is the tallest pyramid shrine tower in the South India. The Vimana is made up of single piece of granite and has 13 stories, each decorated with images of gods. Gopuras. The temple's main gateway or gopura are ornate structure with detailed sculptures. Nandi statue. The temple giant Nandi statue is one of the largest in India, standing almost 16 feet tall. Carvings and sculptures. The temple wall are adorned with artwork including frescoes and carvings of Hindu gods. Courtyard. Courtyard. The temple has a large open to sky courtyard. Inscription. The temple inscriptions and frescoes tell the story of the city's rise and decline. Shivalingam. The temple's main shrine contains 13 feet tall Shivalingam or watery objects. The entire temple is made up of granite and it's said to that around 60,000 tons of granite was used to build it. Walls. The temple is surrounded by fortified walls with elaborate rock art. The Brihadiswara temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Next, bronze sculptures. The Cholas were known for their bronze sculptures of gods and goddesses, which were placed in temples for worship. The sculptures were made using the lost wax casting techniques The famous bronze Nataraja idols are an example of Chola art. This sculpture depicts Shiva in dancing pose surrounded by symbolic elements like a drum, fire, and rearing cobra. The technological advancement. The Cholas developed efficient system for quarrying, transporting, and erecting large stone blocks. So far, we discussed about Chola dynasty of government, administration, architecture, art, and culture. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.